Hi folks, there's only one way to start this video. Welcome to the gorgeous city of Nikko, Japan.
You know, some spots in Japan are exactly what you might imagine in your mind. Just as beautiful as the desktop wallpapers and postcards that you've seen with your own eyes. And you know what I mean. Just breathtaking. Now, as you can imagine, not everything in Japan appears so brilliant and vibrant and memorable. I mean, the back streets of Tokyo look very similar to the back streets of America. It's just that the ones in Japan have very little graffiti and littering. And there are 5 spots in Japan that I visit over and over again because they not only resonate with me, but because they are exactly what my tour groups hope to see with their very own eyes. And one of these spots is the city of Nikko. This video is dedicated to teaching you about Nikko, Japan, my recommendations, and how to get there from Tokyo.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. O genki desu ka?
First of all, Nikko, Japan is in a city in the Tochigi Prefecture. Depending on how you get there, it's located about 2.5 to 4 hours north of Tokyo. And as of 2020, the city's population was a little over 80,000 citizens. Nikko is a town at the entrance to Nikko National Park, most famous for Toshogu, Japan's most lavishly decorated shrines, and the gravesite of Tokugawa Ieyasu, the founder of the Tokugawa lineage. Now, I have mentioned this man 4 or 5 times in previous videos on my YouTube channel, but just in case you don't know who Tokugawa Ieyasu is, he's considered the most famous leader in all of Japan, and the Ieyasu bloodline ruled Japan as the shogun, the military ruler of Japan, for centuries. In fact, Japanese history deems him the most powerful man in Japan ever after the 1600s. Well, the city of Nikko is dedicated to him. And when it comes to this city, it is a hallmark of the true beauty of Japan. Now, this is important to know. To see the city of Nikko, you need at least 1 entire day. It's not like other spots in Japan that you could see in a few hours. Nikko takes all day, and if you want to see all of Nikko, plan on 2 days. Now, staying in Nikko itself offers a lot of options, and while there are numerous hotels and hostels you might consider, there's no access to any main train system to go anywhere else. So in the evenings, I keep my options open and I stay in a nearby city. This is what I do. For the sake of Japan's culture, options, and cost, I stay in a small, vibrant neighboring city named Utsunomiya, Japan. Here's a map of the greater area. Now this is Tokyo, and this is Nikko, and this is Utsunomiya. Now I'm going to make a different video about the city of Utsunomiya in the future, but let me just say this. The city of Utsunomiya offers remarkably inexpensive accommodations, and my most recent stay in Utsunomiya was the first week of January 2025. I stayed at the Richmond Hotel near the Utsunomiya train station. The room was fantastic, full of amenities, and a whopping base cost of $62, $90 total. Can you believe that? Also, Utsunomiya is famous for gyoza dumplings. Lots of people call them pot stickers, but you see, Utsunomiya, Japan is known as the gyoza capital of Japan because of its history of gyoza restaurants and festivals. The history of gyoza in Utsunomiya can be traced back to the Japanese soldiers who returned from Manchuria after World War II. When the war was over, Japanese soldiers went home and brought the dumpling recipes with them. They started little gyoza shops in the city of Utsunomiya, and it became really popular in the city. And 10 years later, gyoza shops were all over Japan. Nowadays, most ramen shops in Japan offer gyoza as a side dish to pair with their ramen menu. But anyway, to reiterate, when I spend a day or two in Nikko, I stay in Utsunomiya. Now, getting to Nikko from Utsunomiya could not be easier. If you follow my recommendations, you cannot go wrong. Step 1. Stay in a hotel near the train station. From my experience, there are 9 hotels that I would recommend. They are clean, inexpensive, accommodating, and comfortable. And of course, as I said, near the train station. Step 2. In the morning, I grab some breakfast at the hotel at about 7:30 a.m. and then I walk over to the train station at about 8:30 a.m. Step 3. I take the escalator up to the second floor of the Utsunomiya train station. Now, you can either purchase a single ticket to Nikko, it's going to be about $5, or if you have a Japan Rail Pass, the ride is free. Step 4. Walk to the Nikko line. It's track number 5 and impossible to miss. The train station makes it clear to see. While you wait for your next train, you can either shop in the train station or sit in the climate-controlled waiting area. When it's cold outside, that room is warm, and in the summertime, it's nice and air-conditioned. The Nikko train line that connects Utsunomiya to Nikko takes about 42 minutes and it makes 7 stops. And soon enough, you'll be arriving at the Nikko arrival platform and you're there. Okay, the train will stop and you get off. And this is where you depart for the entire day for Nikko. Everyone gets off here. There it is. Welcome to Nikko. Now, there's the station that you just arrived. And the main train service center is down that way. Walk that way. You'll walk less than 5 minutes to the main train service center and purchase a bus pass for the entire day. The World Heritage Bus Pass will give you unlimited access to the main areas of Nikko for a single price. It's only about $5, and the buses are so easy to spot at the designated stops. You can use this bus all day long. And from the main station to the amazing spots of Nikko, it's only about a 7-minute bus ride. And it's a great ride through the town, just to see the city for a few minutes. Now, when you get off the bus, the entire Nikko complex is undeniable. It was designed within a mountainous forest of cedar trees. In fact, the trees that exist there today were planted between the years 1628 and 1648 to honor the Tokugawa clan. With many of these trees, they're 400 years old and measure more than 100 feet tall. And to keep this video brief, let me just introduce you to 5 things that make Nikko worth your time. First, Shinkyo Bridge. This black and red bridge with a storied past, framed by a dense forest and known for its striking fall colors with rushing water below, I can tell you this, nobody comes to Nikko that doesn't stop here. Nobody. Next, the entire Toshogu complex of shrines, which contains the original famous 3 monkeys. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And if you're really interested, you can visit the tomb of Tokugawa Ieyasu himself. But just a warning, it's quite a hike. And on the other side of the city of Nikko, there's Kigon Waterfalls, a 318-foot waterfall plunging over a forested cliff with an elevator to the very bottom for lower viewing. And then there's the Ryuzu and Yodaki Cascades. It's a pair of cascades reachable by a short hiking distance with a great restaurant and gift shop. And a hike a little bit further from the waterfall will allow you to see Lake Chuzenji, a scenic lake discovered in the year 782, with summer hiking and boating, and in the fall there's leaf watching and winter sports. Now, let me give you 3 pieces of advice about coming to Nikko. First, there are a few outdoor Wi-Fi signals that are free, but it's spotty at best. When I was talking to a fellow tour guide, he told me that the elevation, the mountains, and severe forestry make getting a good strong signal a challenge, but I don't know if that's true or not. Secondly, Nikko is a sacred place and you'll see many good fortune traditions. For example, you'll see people walking through this ring. Visitors pass through this ring 3 times to pay their respects, and you'll see this golden rabbit. This rabbit is located at the Futara-san Shrine. and commemorates the 1240th anniversary of Shodo Shonin, a monk who was the person responsible for considering putting temples and shrines here. By the way, side note, you'll see rabbit statues all over Japan. They represent good fortune and success to the culture. There's also special events and weddings here, so make sure you bring your camera. Third, the functioning city of Nikko has everything you need. Lots of businesses, liquor stores, shops, and eateries. And fourth, I'm going to say it again, if you're coming here, you need to expect to spend at least one entire day. I mean, folks, look at this. Just stand there and absorb it. This is a living, breathing postcard for your memories, for social media, for sending a hearty hello on a video to your friends and family back home. I have been to Nikko just about 140 times, and I am still mesmerized by this. And when I'm done with the entire day near the Nikko train station, I visit Ramen Bonton. This spot is busy, especially on the weekends, and they offer common seating for groups and a ramen bar if you happen to be traveling alone. The menu is full of options for any ramen lover, and I usually order the Shio ramen, a salted butter ramen with corn. Now imagine being hungry and this is your lunch. Folks, you have got to stop here. And when you're exhausted with Nikko for the entire day, you head back to the train station, take the 42-minute ride back to Utsunomiya, maybe enjoy some late-night gyoza, go back to your hotel, and call it a night. So if you're planning a trip to Japan and you want to immerse yourself in the history and beauty that you hope to see with your very own eyes, you need to take my advice. Folks, I have been a tour guide to Japan for nearly 2 decades now, and without question, Nikko is one of my top recommendations.
I don't know how anyone would get tired of this. Don't forget your bus pass. Well, listen, as always, we provide helpful links and information beneath this video. And then, as always, there's the Contact Us button. Click on it. You can contact me or my staff directly. For JourneyToJapan.com, in the beautiful city of Nikko, Japan, I'm Carl Rosa. Thank you for watching.